She's a witch. All this and acting, still the same. Some are just bigger than others. I need you to figure it out. I was thinking, and everybody was on the circle chat. They was like, I don't know, they enjoyed it as kids. I didn't expect for his boyfriend to be as attractive as he is. Now, that's what I said. I was pleasantly surprised. I'm really serious, real quick. When it comes to straight people, don't call me she. We're not cool like that. He put a lot of makeup on. Don't let shit do you. You know what somebody's going through. I got all the anger in the world of me right now. That's bullshit. Some days I just want to call you like this. I have been really good relationship issues that I don't need your advice on. And I feel like I can't call you. Well, you can call me and tell me like, the other day.
It's more beautiful grace. I am super religious when it comes down to everything. And that's what all of us are. Every parent wants to get this be like you.
So basically, the only reason why you don't do it is connection is like you feel like.
How much you pay them to do it? I want to know how much money they pay them to do it. It's almost for the show. Yeah. This is not true. You don't have my one from your phone here, baby.
Nah, they got a rap for you. Because you ain't come to white.
Like Jay gave him too much. Trying to figure out what solutions we can provide so that we can actually get something done instead of you saying negativity. Come on with the solution. It was actually positive energy. And your negativity came. I don't create energy, baby. And that's what you do. Why are you angry? If you want a man, you get out of here and go find one. Because this ain't it. This is not it. Man, what is it? Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. You don't have to talk to me. You're trying to save your life.
Excuse me.
Hartford is coming to a pod into the show. It's going to be our CEO. We think he's going to be
I can't believe. Oh my gosh. Ugh. It's going good. I'm over here sneezing and everything. This is not a good look. Yes,
So much to
me.
talk about today. I'm so excited to get into it. This is our first official episode, like I said, of the morning after. We're going to be giving you all of the web reality recaps and all of the teen news, everything going on within the web reality space, from top shots, tearjerkers,
I miss
movie
doing this
reviews,
for real.
everything going on with the shows that are airing throughout the week, as well as the news that isn't happening on camera. All right, everybody, let's just jump into our top shots. It's time for top shots.
But I'm not saying that I want to do it again right away. It was just a moment.
Chasing Orlando, season 2, episodes 1 through 4, as well as Real Life in Bama, episodes 1 and 2. Now we're gonna start off with Real Life in Bama, and their top shot of the week is how fire they're starting the season. They opened up with a catastrophic bomb of an explosion between two of the cast members, Manaya and Chastity, and it seems like that's what this entire season is going to be building up to. So, CJ, starting with you, what is your reaction to the opening of this season, and what are your feelings on what we're supposed to be building up to? To be honest with you, I was actually just kind of took for a complete shock because I was not expecting, like, okay, for it to be like more than one transformer on the show. I would expect them to be like, getting to know each other, but instead this turned out to be something different, if that makes sense. So I was like, oh wow, I was really expecting that. D'Angelo, how about you?
Well, seeing that this is my first time like really watching the show, I definitely was surprised that it came in so high. I think for me, I just hope that, especially with them both being from the trans community, I hope that I think she sees them come to a common ground. And then I also hope that they didn't give us that big blow up moment at the beginning, and then it doesn't follow up during the season because they were all going to be lost.
Fair enough. I completely agree. I think there was a couple layers that really intrigued me. I think I watched a few episodes from season 1, so I'm a little familiar with Manaya, and I think that it was very interesting how exclusive she was coming into it because what I know of her, watching her on season 1, she was not as aggressive, so to speak. But I also do want to give real life reality a little bit of credit because this is the first time that we've seen trans women, excuse me, focus as the leads of a show, and it seems like this is their show, and everybody else is just kind of living in their world a little bit. And I really appreciated that because usually we see trans women focused on these shows as like wild cards, the girls that come in to shake it up and turn it, and then they just kind of fall by the wayside.
Yes. Okay, so point of view, do you feel that do you feel that Chastity is coming in, being monotone because it's her first season and she's trying to like, keep everybody down, or do you just feel like that's actually her character?
Based on what I've seen of her, very, for example, brush from the Real Housewives of it's very like, oh, I'm coming in and I want the audience to see me in this very specific way, so I'm going to speak like this, and I'm going to hold myself like this. It's like respond like she's trying to play this thing. It feels it's like she's trying to play this thing, but it's nothing to play take it out. There's something about her that genuinely feels sneaky to me. And the more I watch her, the more I get that feeling that she's sneaky. And she's getting throw the rock behind your hand. That feels like her thing. But we're going to see that develop. I'm excited to see where that goes. Speaking of trans women and trans leaning community, female representing community members, I want to jump over into Chasing Orlando and jump into the top shot for Chasing Orlando, which was episode 3, and Rashida showing up to her mother's house in full detransition, male presenting garb, persona, voice, all of the above. Based on her presentation throughout the season so far, it's come across, at least in my personal opinion, that she's presenting herself as a trans woman. Based on the things that she said and the way that she presents herself. Do you think that the way that she showed up to her mother's house is confusing to the audience based on the climate that we're in right now? D'Angelo, let me start with you.
So I think that there could be two things there, right? It's definitely going to be confusing for the small trans girl that's growing up who can potentially see this footage, right? They're going to be a little confused. But also it can be a thing where maybe her mother doesn't want her or allow her to come around like that in that space. So she does, I guess like come out of drag per se. I guess that's what I was summing up to say. She comes out of drag just to be around her family because she knows that her family necessarily doesn't accept it, and they can accept her more in the realm that she's in when she's more important for him.
I agree with that. DJ?
I would say it would be more confusing for the people outside looking in because, for one, she came there as Reggie. Secondly, we didn't know, well, me personally, I didn't know that she had a girlfriend. So it's interesting to me to, like, try to put two and two together. So I'm like, okay.
Wait, do you have a girlfriend?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So, based on what we're seeing in this element, she's showing up to her mother's house with her girlfriend, and she's telling her mother that they're trying to conceive, they're trying to get pregnant. Would this read to you guys as her presenting as straight? Is this her coming around as a straight presenting individual? Is this adding to the confusion? How do you guys see her in this element?
Okay, I would like to say that bi is the line, and when she go gay, you'll always be that way. I feel like that she's either two things, like she was either bisexual or pansexual, so it could be possibly one of the two.
D'Angelo?
I'm gonna go with pansexual, and that's my point, and I'm sticking to that.
I can go with pansexual.
That's my point. I was thinking.
A person's gender identity and their presentation from their sexual orientation, right? So for me, my question lies a little bit more in how she personally identified, more so than what is she sexually attracted to, because people can be trans, cis, non-binary, anywhere on the gender spectrum in between, and still be straight, gay, pan, whatever, on that whole separate spectrum. So I think for me, my confusion more so lies into, is she trans? Is she a cross dresser? Are you playing in dress? Like, what is happening
because of the context that you put us in with the conversation with your mom. For me, the part that was most disturbing about it, like, if it was just you wanting to show up to please your mom in this moment, I could just take it as that your mom don't like you showing up in the regalia. So you show up as Reggie for your mom. Okay, I completely get that. But then you layer that conversation with, if your girlfriend gets pregnant, which you're trying to do, how you get Reggie back full time. Mind you, she mentioned in her confessional episode that she had stopped taking her hormones because her and her girlfriend were trying to conceive. So it's it's leading me to a confusion of, like, is there a detransition happening? Is there a difference of identity happening? Because how I took that, as personally, I read her as new twice, right? Which is on the trans identity spectrum of people who don't lie on a binary spectrum of male or female, but they do transition to look androgynous specifically. So if she's going to be transitioning back and forth, I would love to figure out more about that, but we'll talk more about that later. Let's move on to our tearjerkers.
Oh, the
Now, for
tearjerkers.
real life in Bama, taking it back, there's so much happening with this show, but both positively and negative. I want to jump into Arian and working with his mother on the modeling agency and their whole conversation about him coming into the group and being a part of this new public perspective. How do you guys feel about that scene and just the connection between this young gay man and his mother? Starting with CJ.
I would say it's definitely for me how I felt about it was that I would say this is the first show that I actually seen a cast member helping out their mom with something, that I need to find that one episode where I said South Valley Crash Out. It was a soft Valley Crash Out. No.
And Greg, thank you so much for.
That's what I hope to continue to do with her voice.
5 year. Um, just
Along the journey.
First topic for this morning is
Connection between
I can't
this
find it.
young gay man and his mother.
I gotta find it because it's somewhere in here. Like it's literally somewhere in here. Just gotta find it. Which one is it?
And that's what it was. It was.
No. What is it? No.
Right?
Official season.
Connection between. We speaking of Manaya in real life and there, because she was the loose screw.
First topic for
Along the journey.
I want to air this. Is air.
along the journey.
Was like popping and everything, like a lot of shows was out. He would review mainly Chasing Reality and then Gemini films, but to see him get into this type of situation with Dario, I'm kind of curious to like how future Trey Dario's gonna shake out. What about you, D'Angelo?
Um, just from being, just from watching it, it was a little sad. Cause I know, it was definitely a little sad. I just think